are back. Going into round 3, if you guys are just tuning in, it is Sully's Abode God Pack tournament today.
Yeah, it's top four is going to be getting prizing, so it's going to be 5, maybe 6 rounds, depending on a down pair. I'm not sure as of right now,
Well,
and then
no,
going
we
to
will
a
be going
top
into
cut.
Top Cut, yeah. So,
Yeah, then it'll go to a top cut. I believe top 8, and then yes, top 4 gets prizing. Um, between I think it's a Soga King manga, a Sabo, a Kid, and a Law manga.
yep, winner gets to choose. So,
Yep.
we are going into this round 3, like we just stated. It is Wimmy back at the top table. So, Wimmy
Yes.
is at the bottom, and we have a Nami player at the top.
Let's see.
Van,
Vaughn.
Vaughn.
Okay,
Yep,
so
so
we
we got
have
Vaughn at the top.
and Wimmy at the bottom.
Is Nami 4 or 5? I
It's
forget.
5 life, yeah.
5 life, yes.
Can we make it 1 life?
Soon to be one. Yeah, so this matchup is definitely going to be a rough one for the Nami, just because Dofi can, again, put so much aggression and go wide really fast in this matchup.
Yeah, Nami's really going to want to see her Kayas early because if Nami's only sitting on events to really, trash their life, it's going to be very rough for the Nami.
Ends up choosing to keep. I did see a Kaya in hand
I
with
saw Kaya. It looked like,
Snake Dance, possibly.
yeah, Snake Dance. I think maybe a Love Love Mellow.
So he ends up passing turn. I believe it's a smart turn. You don't want a Kaya and not be able to cycle anything. So Wimmy also passes, which
She,
unfortunate not seeing Perona.
it looks like she has a really good hand for her board. I think if we see that law, we're going to see that law only bounce back. Maybe she bounces. Is the blocker Margaret?
Yep,
Yeah.
that would probably be the only one.
Yeah,
Just to
you
put
would
that aggression
maybe
in.
bounce the blocker Margaret depending where the game state is at. Um, but yeah, I think that law is actually good to have in hand to get that Jinbei back to hand and be able to constantly put double value on board.
Yep. So he ends up playing the Kaya, trashing that Impel Down and Love Love
Yep.
Mellow. Impel Down, the only reason is just to
Yep.
trash off the Nami.
And I'm guessing she's. Let's see.
Swung 5 and ends up getting that Snake Dance to bounce the Kaya back, which now he's able to get more value off the
Yes.
same Kaya.
And I think that's what you kind of need to do with Nami in this matchup because you need to get your deck down faster than she can swing.
And now here's Wimmy going wide with the Jinbei to Weevil also.
Yep.
So a lot of pressure going to go onto this Nami the next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you run pudding?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, declaring that he has a pudding in his deck.
Yeah, it's gonna come up later in the game.
It's going to come up later.
No, I think he's worried about pudding.
No, he's just stated he had pudding.
Oh. That's also interesting to tell your opponent.
No, he was saying he has it in his deck. It's not in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just an interesting card for Nami.
They don't. I thought they would play it.
I've never seen a pudding in a Nami deck before.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a new tech that I haven't
feels
seen.
very slow. Okay.
So ends up trashing Apis and Margaret off the Kaya, leaving, was it 4 down up?
So she's on her 6th dawn. Yeah, she's on her 6th dawn turn. I think I saw that blocker Boa in hand, which is perfect for your 6th dawn curve. That way you could stack, attach a dawn to leader, and you have enough for your leader ability. And all she's looking for is the chip. Surprised she didn't go with Jinbei first.
Yeah, because, well, now Snake Dance is active. Jinbei would have been blocked anyway. This brings the Nami up to 6 and a card draw.
+2. Trash top.
And does the Usopp Rubber Band of Doom, the trash
Let's
card.
see. She keeps the Jinbei up. And then it looks like she might be debating whether the user teach, which is actually awesome in this matchup.
It can guarantee a leader hit, which is good. I think she does have another Weevil, so it really isn't a bad move.
Yeah, just having 6K bodies is very good, and the Weevil's replacing itself
Yeah.
because, Nami is not attacking your life, so you're not going to
And
be
not
getting
only
her
that, but
hand.
opting to do this teach play now allows him to move the rest of Don to the leader and now get a swing in with the Jinbei as well
Hmm.
this turn while doing leader ability. So it looks like she's going to do 7 and 8. Oh, does the bow. Oh, it's going to turn it into an 8-8.
Yep, and now she's going to be able to get a good swing in with Jinbei now.
Mm-hmm. So she set up, as you saw, a Moria in the middle. So next turn, we'll be able to use that leader ability again for Wimmy.
We also, we saw it round one with her against Anel, but she's very good at setting up with Dofi.
Oh, yeah.
um, and not just doing what seems like the obvious thing, and
Mm-hmm.
really kind of thinking her turn through more than I would say like the average player playing Dofi.
Mm-hmm. And looks like this hit with the Jinbei connects. It looks like the Vaughn only has 2 cards in hand currently, which
Bounce back.
is a little scary,
Okay.
but does trigger that
Yeah, it's
and
good
gets rid of
to
Weevil.
yeah, it's really good to keep getting that Kaya back in hand. But still, every time you play that Kaya, you're technically going down one in hand size. And the more swings this Dofi has, it's gonna get dangerous.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Wimmy's asking to look at the trash, trying to see what events that has already been, milled out from the Nami's cards. Which no
Yeah.
peel-offs, no Kayas, so
Feel
Vaughn could come up with some surprises though. One Impel down, so you don't know if Impel down is in life, which is where you want to see them if you don't have
That's
Kaya.
that's true. It's very frustrating to be drawing Bell Down All Stars. It's not a fun card to see all the time unless sometimes it's a good pitch for Kaya.
Or Gavel. Those are the only times you
Yeah,
want to
or
see it in hand.
Gavel. Yeah. It looks like he does have that pudding in hand. I think.
No, I don't say
Maybe
it's
not.
true. So swings 5 at the
No.
Jinbei, ends up countering to save it. And here's the first peel off for the Nami. Drawing 2.
Does he have two Kayas in hand now?
Potentially, but we're
It's
going to
it's
see
hard to
it
tell
cycle
with
out.
the angle. No. Oh, that's that one cost. That East Blue one cost. I can't remember the
Mr.
effect
Hanger?
on that. Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
it would be rest and then discard 1 to draw 1.
That's what it
It's
was.
very good in the Nami mirror match, but
Yeah.
if you're not in the Nami mirror match, it's not as great. Oh, and it's Gloriosa as well.
And I'll pass to you.
4 cards in hand for the Nami right now. Wimmy does have
4.
4 available swings here. Going on to
8 Dawn.
8 Dawn, too.
Yeah, so with 8 Dawn, I feel like priority is just to fill the board right now and not necessarily go big swings, especially with his hand size.
Yeah, and then she could establish the Weevil again, which is another 6K body.
Hmm. So counters the 2K. Can't tell how much Dawn Nami has left up. It looks
I
like
believe he has 4. 4 Dawn
4.
up on the Nami side. Trying to see what
Oh yeah,
events he
because
has
he
in his
peel off
hand.
then Kaya'd. So actually, I think he has 3. 3 up. Okay, so
Yep.
she is attaching Dawn, so that would leave 7.
Plus 4, 3 or less, draw 1.
Yep, so it ends up doing Love Love Mellow, drawing 1. Looks like into a Snake Dance. Yep, and here comes that Moria, and it's going to grab that Law right back to hand.
Yep.
And can still establish that Weevil like we just stated.
Draw 2, trash 1.
Oh, there goes Spada.
Here we go.
What Wimmy can also do here, also, after establishing the Weevil, could do Teacher's ability to stack a card on the top and get another 5K swing in.
That's true. Because at this point, once she has four other 5 to 6K bodies, you might as well, you know, let them get rid of the teach so you have space to put another
Hmm.
like actual swinging body on board.
Hmm. Not only that, but you could also get some of these cards out of the Nami's hand. One Don left.
Four.
Yeah, I feel like now is a good spot to just do a chump
Yep,
hit.
there she goes. Doing teachability.
Yep, that's smart.
There we go. Teach going for 5. At best, a gavel. Oh, Spada, which is not bad for Nami because now
Y-
Vaughn can set up his next 3 and see exactly what he wants
Yep.
to get into.
Yeah, whenever Nami doesn't really have much Dawn up or their hand size is getting kind of low, just swing with everything you got on board, even if it's just, attaching a couple Dawn for the 5K. And for her,
Hmm.
it was technically free because she just used Teach's ability.
Hmm. Yep, so he's going 5 to the teach.
Yep.
We expected it to go at this point.
Peel off. Okay.
Wonder how many cards Vaughn is at exactly.
Um,
Oh,
Not
looks like he's
sure.
at
I
another
think he's
Kaya.
probably about half his deck. Um, but with Wimmy at a full board, it's still not. You're not necessarily in a comfortable position.
He does see another Kaya here.
They got a trash on our side.
Ends up trashing the Margaret, which isn't worth it in this match. You do get a draw, but the bounce law will just put it back in the hand, and it is a brick.
Yeah, and they're fine just bouncing it back to hand.
Yep, so Vaughn is counting the cards in his deck.
Let's see where he's at.
And he currently does have 5 more Don, so he could potentially do another Kaya,
So it sounded
cycle it
like
out.
he was at 17. He does have his third Kaya. Seeing 3 Kayas and is great. Because I think that's how you win this matchup.
So he's going to pass with 5 Don up. Does he have a Snake Dance in hand?
I couldn't tell if he has a snake dance.
So finally at 10 Don, can just decide to put a lot of pressure. Swing 7s, which would force Hanami to give 2 cards, but is poking for 6 right now.
Yeah, and since Wimmy only needs to fill one more spot on board, she might just use leader ability, just to fill that spot and not waste more Dawn from her hand
Hmm.
playing it. Okay, so there's the snake dance.
That's a White Snake.
Or white snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it ends up doing the White Snake, which puts the leader at a 6K for the rest of the turn, and Usopp Urbana Doom the mill another card. So if he does have a Snake Dance, that would be a very good to do to bounce one of these Kayas to potentially use it next turn, but Vaughn is in a pretty rough spot right now.
Yeah, we've seen him use 2 Sanji peel-offs already.
Hmm.
So that's already 2. So them being in life is a little bit of a lower chance.
So he does do the Snake Dance and bounces one of these Kayas back, but now no Don left. Kind of open season. We do know he has 2 Kayas in hand, so he does have 4K counter available, but you don't
It's
want to use those.
yeah, it's available, but that's kind of his win con at this point,
Hmm.
and not just his counter events. The counter events is kind of where you can set up your win.
Yeah, so she is poking for 6, considering on giving a Kaya currently. Um, she still has 7 Don up as well. Yep, so ends up using
She
one of
does use
those
the
Kayas.
Kaya. Okay.
Do you think it would have probably been better just to take the life?
Yes, I was gonna say I think it would have been better to take it just to see like what your trigger is gonna be. Um, because again, being able to play 2 Kayas really thins his deck out, and there's
Oh,
another
look at
Sanji's.
2 triggers out of
He
life so
might
far,
be
and into
regretting.
another Kaya.
So he got another Kaya, so he might still possibly be in a winning position. If he had that other Kaya,
He would
I
have drew into
think,
6, 7 cards with start a turn.
yeah, I truly think he could have just won at that point if he had 3 Kayas.
He's down to 10
He's
cards
at
in hand.
10. If
Yes.
he had 3 Kayas, it would have been 4, 7 Dawn up.
5 Gen.
Would have been okay.
Yeah, if
Probably
he
could
held
get
that
there.
Kaya down, it would have been in a way better position.
He does have a Margaret. That's a draw one, but for 3 Dawn, maybe not worth
there
it.
you go, peel off.
Oh, and the peel off. He has 2 Kayas.
So that's
So
2.
that's 8 cards left in deck, I believe. And then he's going to be at 6. Yup.
Trashing the Margaret.
And I'm
Maybe
guessing
finds
here
a gavel.
comes the last Kaya. Yep.
Oh, man, if he had that 4th Kaya.
I can't tell the events he has, but he's definitely setting up for the win here. That should be 4.
4
Yeah.
in hand. Does he
4.
have 2?
He has a potential trigger. I can't tell, but I don't think he has many trash events. That's going to thin his deck out.
That's the second peel off. I didn't see. Did he have 3 so far?
We played 2 earlier.
2.
Yeah, but 2.
That's 3. So there's. Oh no, I think that's all 4 peel
So
offs right
1.
there.
And plus 2, we still have to see what his life is.
Mhm.
I mean, for all we know, that life can just win him the game.
It could. So yeah, all 4 peel offs are in the trash. So there's no way
Mm-hmm.
he can get that trigger off alive.
Yeah.
There's 1 impel. Oh, 1. I believe I've seen all 4 impel downs also. Two impel downs, because remember the impel down trigger will draw 2 cards as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think right now.
there's 1 more. So there's a potential 1 more impel down that could be in life right now.
I think he might have it stuck in hand, but I feel like he would have filtered it with Kaya.
Oh, definitely.
So, yeah, Impel Down could be in there.
You don't know that yet. And then I'll go ahead pass the turn to you.
Okay.
5.
5 cards in hand for the
Yeesh.
Nami. Still 4 Dawn up, if
should-
I'm not mistaken.
He should have it, but I still can't see all the cards in hand. I think he's got a couple white snakes.
Do you take the first hit as a Nami player here, just to see what you get out of life?
I feel like you just do. I feel like you take it, because, like, you technically
Oh,
don't
there you
live the
go.
onslaught.
There's the gavel.
And then
Oh, double gavel for the win. Oh, there you go. Solidifies the win
Yeah,
with double
there
gavel.
we go. Okay, he had it the whole time.
And Vaughn takes round 3. Nami
Oh.
will be moving on to the next round.
I think seeing all those Kayas and them not going in the trash was huge.
Oh, yeah.
And him getting those extra Kayas on the last, assault on him, that sealed it. That sealed it.
Take it back to you guys.
All right. So definitely great. I thought Dofi was going to go in for
Yeah,
the kill, but Vaughn ended up coming through and getting the W.
yeah, that was surprising. I thought he was kind of in a bad spot there for a minute, but again, kind of like I said in the beginning, like it really does come down to how many Kayas can we put on the board, because events are just too costly. They're too slow. The basically bank on against Dofi.
Did get a lot of value off Kaya's, though. He did bounce it like 2 times with the snake dance.
Yeah, I think he probably used Kaya effect like 6 times this game.
Which is crazy. And then he trashed the 1. Now imagine if he had the 1, it would have just been 1 gavel for the win.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it worked out perfect. His life triggers were actually really good. Nothing like insane, but what you would want as a Nami player in life. He had the peel off. He had the desert Espada. Just anything that's cycling and drawing cards was just perfect to keep him in the game.
Yeah. Which, in 09 at least, Nami does get that attack Nami now, which makes the deck so much better. But then there's Blackbeard.
Yeah. Blackbeard really puts it. I still don't think. I mean, yeah, Blackbeard against Nami, like Nami's just having like the worst time of its life, but it's still not impossible if you can kind of clock the timing correctly, because it's not like they have unlimited 10 drops.
No, but they do have the Burgess, which can just swing for 9 on its own. As long as
Yeah,
you
the
filter
Burgess is
trash.
just free. They're not. Yeah, they're not going through much Dawn.
So it is a rough time once they establish everything. But
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see if the Nami does make it to Top Cut and ends up winning the tournament. I believe it's one of the only Namis that are here playing today.
I think
too.
so. Yeah. I don't think. Because this is round 3. I guess like I'm already surprised. With the amount of Dofis running around. I
Mhm.
mean, he played that well.
Yeah. And just to recap, they did let us know. I believe there's one red-black Sabo running around out there somewhere.
I think
believe
there's 2.
2 Luccis, one of them being Hart and
There was a
Greg.
pudding. There's
One
a,
pudding.
yeah, I believe there's a pudding out there too.
So, but other than that, we did see the 2 BY players in the last round where Justin took it, and the Nami player where Vaughn just took round 3. So, Dofi's kind of getting tossed around a little bit from what I see.
Yeah, it seems that way right now. Actually, I'm not too sure. How does the Lucci-Dofi matchup go? Does Lucci have a good time, or is it just too fast?
It depends. If Lucci can see all the pieces it needs to pop the field and keep the Dofi under control, then it's
Yeah.
a rough time. But obviously, with the bounce law, being able to bounce the Rebecca,
Yeah.
lets you be able to swing at the Lucci a lot more. And not only that, but even if you get them down to 0 life and they wall up, you do have
Yeah.
Perfume, which can get past,
Oh no, that's
the Rebeccas.
Yeah, and I don't think it would also either be that bad of a move as long as your board is like pretty stacked, to be bouncing Lucci's back to hand, because Lucci doesn't necessarily always want them sitting in hand, because one, it's a brick, then they would have to hard cast it, or I guess a discard fodder for Jack.
And
for
then potentially
Khalifa's,
play it
but
off of Moria with Spandine.
yeah, but typically, yeah, Lucci players, like, they want to see it in trash. It doesn't always feel good just sitting in hand in the late game. Like, you're very rarely wanting to put it down.
Yeah. Looks like they're trying to fix the camera out there. If you guys are in the Chicagoland area or the suburbs, Sully's Abode is in Bolingbrook.
Yep.
Again, this is the God Pack tournament at 3 p.m., which is in about 2.5 hours. Yeah, 2.5 hours. They will be doing side events for a bunch of different things. OP9 boxes, 3v3 tournament for OP9 boxes. Each member of the team will receive a box. So it is an 8 format for the main event, but at least the side events will be OP9 format. So you at least get to get that practice in. If you got a Nats invite, it'd be a couple good reps to get in, which makes it a little bit interesting.
Yeah, and we're at the new location, too, so there's plenty of space. And here's the
And
man
here's
himself. What's going
You got-
on?
Camera. Oh.
The camera's right there, guy.
Where's the big camera staring at me?
Yeah, so
This is the background. What the fuck?
we're sponsored by Squishable.
Where's this sink in the back, dude?
Hey, we work with what we got here, guy. What do you want us to do?
Yeah. You
We-
tossed us in the storage
You put
closet.
us in you put us in the back closet and told us not to come out today.
Yeah.